Hi, my name's Luke. I'm the founder and CEO of Dotscience. Today I'm going to show you how Dotscience can help you control, explain and accelerate data science, AI and machine learning work. So here I have an example project in Dotscience. It's a predictor for house prices. It's a linear regression model. So we have two Jupyter notebooks here, one for data wrangling and one for the actual model training and testing. We also have some data sets, including Agent 1 and Agent 2, which are the source input data. So let me show you how Dotscience can help track and accelerate collaboration on the work that's being done. So here we have a Jupyter notebook inside Dotscience for data wrangling. We're going to read in these two CSV files and then write out the combined filtered CSV that results from combining them. So I'm going to run all the cells in the notebook, save the file, and you can see now that Dotscience has automatically captured a new version, and that version corresponds to the code, the data, and the environment that the execution is happening in, allowing for complete and perfect reproducibility and provenance. So let's see that provenance and lineage in action. We can go to the Activity tab and now see that we're starting to form this provenance graph that shows the exact versions of the input data that are being combined by the exact version of the code and saved to the exact version of the output data that's being used there. So now let's do some data science. If we load up the linear regression notebook, I'm just going to run all the cells quickly, you can see that we're reading in that combined filtered housing data that was the output of the last step. We can see there's some correlations between the square footage and the house price. And so we're going to have a linear regression model that tries to predict the house price in terms of these features. So here we have the finished square footage as the only feature that's currently being fed into this model. So now, as soon as I save the file, you can see that Dotscience is recording the exact version of the input data, the code, and the model that was being created, as well as the parameters and summary statistics that the data scientist cares about. So you can see the raw data here, but what's more interesting to look at is how that's being rendered in this user interface here. So you can see that there are now runs being recorded for that user, and you can see the performance of the model is being tracked over time. Now this interface gets a lot more interesting when you have multiple users generating multiple results. And so let's simulate that by changing the model. So instead of just this finished square footage, we can add the number of bathrooms, the number of bedrooms, and the total rooms. If I can write Python, then I can run all of those cells as well. And of course, now we're going to get a different result. So let's go and have a look. So the different result has come in, and we can see that the error rate has dropped substantially with that new run. So that's fantastic. But what happens if you need to come back to this later and see what happened in that earlier run? Well, you can just click on the run with the less good result, and you can see all the details about that run. Who did it, when they did it, exactly what versions of the input data, and exactly what version of the model was created, and the exact version of the Jupyter notebook that was used to generate that result. So here we can see the old version of the code that just used the finished square footage feature, and if we needed to, we could track back and look at all of the details of this in an audit, for example, when we're challenged on exactly which steps were used to train a model and why certain parameters were chosen. So that's Dotscience. Come and check it out today. Just fill in this form on our website, and we'll get back to you and we can start working together. Thanks very much for watching.